How did I make this Rita Skeeter cosplay? Well, I'm so glad you asked. I started off with this dress suit from Shein. I better be saying it right this time because you guys came for me in that Princess Peach video. So let's start by flipping up the collar of the blazer and we can pretend that it's a high neck. Nobody will really see this anyways since it'll be covered by feathers. And we also have to get rid of this asymmetric hem at the bottom of the blazer, which is very simple to just fold up and sew in place. Here it is with a few pins, and since it was only a very short seam that I had to sew, I decided to do it by hand, since it was too much work to pull out the sewing machine and rethread it, and you know how it is. Then moving on to the feathers, I also got these from Shein at the same time as the dress suit, and it's just some feather trim that I need to add to the collar as well as each cuff. This definitely took the most amount of time to do because collars and cuffs are not flat things, so I had to do these by hand, and the feathers were actually very tough to sew through, so I had to use a thimble. Moving on to the collar, this is just a little bit of what the progress looked like, putting the feathers on the outside as well as the inside. Then it was time to figure out the buttons to go down the front of the blazer, so I made a trip to the thrift store and rifled through all of the blazers that they had there. I was looking for buttons that were either red or maroon and kind of big and gaudy. So I saw lots of really cool different buttons that I wanted to buy, but I was on a mission, so I only got red buttons. Here are the ones that I finally decided on. Took them off of that blazer, and then I had 4 buttons to work with, so I planned out where they were each going to go, cut out the buttonholes, and put the buttons on. This also took a little while since I finished all the buttonholes by hand, but here is the finished product. Thanks for taking along. See you next time I need to make something.